Dear students, welcome to the course Basic Geotechnical Engineering, Module 3, Flow Through Soils, Session number 3. I am Raja Anwar Hussain, Assistant Professor, Government Engineering College, Raichur. The topics: superficial velocity, seepage velocity and discharge velocity, and capillary phenomena. So here in flow of water through soil, the velocities we come across are superficial velocity, seepage velocity and discharge velocity. So as you can see in the figure, the pressure head at 1 is H1 and 2 is H2. If water stands at the same elevation in both pipes, no flow occurs. If the elevation head is H0 is 0 when 1 and 2 are at the same elevation, the difference in pressure heads that causes flow in the difference in piezometric heads between points 1 and 2, the difference in head, it is equal to that is delta H is equal to H1 minus H2 minus H0. Darcy established that the flow occurring per unit time is directly proportional to the head causing flow and the area of cross section of the soil sample, but is inversely proportional to the length of the soil sample. So Q is directly proportional to delta H divided by L into A. Here small q is the flow of water and it is the unit of volume per time. The constant of proportionality was observed to change when the soil in the tube was changed. It is a function of soil property. The coefficient of permeability of the soil K, hence that is Q is equal to K into delta H divided by L into A. Since delta H by L is the hydraulic gradient, I, therefore Q is equal to K into IA. So dividing both sides by A on the above equation, so can be written as Q by A is equal to K into I, which is also equal to V. Where V is referred to the superficial velocity of flow. Superficial of practice because the actual flow is through pores in the cross section and not through the entire cross sectional area, capital A. The permeability of soil can then be defined as the superficial velocity of flow under unit hydraulic gradient I. The actual velocity of water flowing in the voids is called seepage velocity and it is denoted by Vs. So hence Q is equal to V into A can also be written as Vs into As. Therefore, Vs is equal to V into A divided by As, A divided by Av, but can also be written as Vv divided by V, which is equal to N. Vs is equal to P into A divided by Av, which is also 1 divided by V into 1 by N. Therefore, Vs is equal to V divided by N, or can also be written as Vs is equal to 1 plus E divided by E into V, where N is equal to E divided by 1 plus E. The seepage velocity of flow Vs is also proportional to the hydraulic gradient I, that is Vs is equal to where Kp is coefficient of percolation, so from Darcy's law, V is equal to Ki, therefore Vs divided by V into Kp divided by K 1 by N, therefore Kp is equal to Kn, and we know that the actual discharge velocity is given by V is equal to Q divided by At. So, in capillary phenomena, capillary water is the water which is held in a soil mass due to capillary forces. Let us see the derivation of expression for maximum capillary rise. Let a glass tube with narrow bore of diameter d be placed vertically with its bottom end dipped in water taken in a flow as shown in figure. Formation of concave meniscus causes capillary rise in the tube. Here Ts is the surface tension, and this alpha is the contact angle, and Hc maximum capillary rise. For vertical equilibrium, Ps cos alpha phi d is equal to pi d square divided by 4 into Hc into unit weight of water. Can also be written as Hc is equal to 4 into Ts cos alpha divided by d into gamma w. The capillary rise depends on surface tension Ts, contact angle alpha, diameter of tube d, and the unit weight of water gamma w. The surface tension decreases with temperature. It can be taken as 75 into 10 to the power of minus 6, 10 kilonewton per meter at 20 degree centigrade. So for pure water and clean glass, alpha can be taken as 0. So the other case here is capillary phenomena in soils. The voids in natural soil formations act as capillary tubes and water rises in the continuous voids to a certain height.